What happens when a masked producer and a headphone-wearing comic book artist get together to talk music shit, comic book shit, and political shit on the internet? Monty. Hannibal the Beat Animal. Hannibal and Monty Shit Show! Holy shit! My name gets to be in the title this time. Hannibal and Monty Shit Show.
Why is my name second? What kind of shit is this?
Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. Let's talk some shit.
Get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
Animation putting us on blast on YouTube.
There we go.
Little sister.
Can y'all hear us now?
Can you hear us now?
Y'all can hear us.
Everybody that if you can hear us, raise your hand. Okay. Okay, live action says she can't hear us either. Okay. And Sheila says she can't hear us.
She can't hear us now?
No.
All right, hang on.
They can hear me?
No, I can hear you because I'm in the house.
Oh, okay. Nobody can hear. Okay, all right.
All right. So I've got.
So working that out. There we go. Look at all that extra light I got. Look at that beautiful woman back there giving me light. Oh, she's gone now. Okay. Working it out, guys.
Yes. Well, they can't hear you say you're working it out, so.
Oh, right. Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to check something. This is so fucking random.
It's delayed.
Okay. All right. Sheila says she can hear us now.
Oh, they can hear us now?
On YouTube.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. It just happened.
There we go.
All right. Well, you know what? You know what we're about. You know what the fuck we're about to do? Since we got audio again. Get ready for this. Wait. Hang on. What?
Oh.
You say yes? No.
I'm getting the delayed version.
Right.
All right.
Delayed. Oh,
here we go.
Let's do it. Let's
Emily raise
run
her
it
hand.
again. Let's put the top.
All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to hit transition.
Yeah, hit transition.
What happens when a masked producer and a headphone-wearing comic book artist get together to talk music shit, comic book shit, and political shit on the internet? Monty. Hannibal the beat animal. Hannibal and Monty shit show. Holy shit! My name gets to be in the title this time. Hannibal and Monty shit show.
Why is my name second? What kind of shit is this?
Hannibal and Monty shit show. Let's talk some shit.
Get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
All right, you missed it again.
So I can't hear it on my end.
Oh, all right. So it's all fucked up. Okay.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. That's all right. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work this shit out. Welcome to Hannibal and Monty's shit show. I am Hannibal the Beat Animal,
And I am Monty, and this is episode 1, maybe an
and
episode.
this episode is called something about Eminem.
No, it's called
Wait, is it
maybe an episode about.
maybe
Eminem backwards. You
to call it that, and then I fucked it up.
Yes. And look, live chat. I'm seeing that I'm low, and it's probably because I keep looking away from the mic.
Yeah, you gotta stay in it.
Yes.
You gotta stay in it to win it, bro.
Yes. Let me stay close to the mic. But
yeah, real quick.
But I'm out
You
of
guys
the camera when I
can
do
hear me
it. How am I?
Can you guys hear Hannibal all right?
Oh, you sound fine to me, so I don't know how you're sounding to them.
All right. Somebody said Monty is low with like 100 exclamation points. So they want you to know that you are low.
All right, let me know if this is any better. Oh, I am low because I turned myself low for some reason. There we go.
There you go.
I should be better now. So
that's right.
Yeah, let's just go. All right, so
all right.
And all of you guys in the live chat, you heard the intro and everything, right? I'd assume
right.
So. We're gonna keep moving, you know, whether they have or not, until I see that somebody didn't. But so yeah, this is the shit show. So how the fuck have you been, Hannibal? It's been how long?
Man, it's been a very interesting couple of weeks to say the least. But you know, I'm working it out. I'm staying busy like I always do. You know, so we're doing our thing. What about you, man? What's been going on? I mean, we have to do this pomp and circumstance for you guys, even though we talk like 3 times a day. But how have you been, Monty?
I've been constructing a show that I had working like a fine oil machine, and Shayla knows because she sat there with me that night, and this thing was it was so beautiful and so perfect, and tonight everything and we're using Streamlabs, which I got nothing against Streamlabs. You can also donate through Streamlabs. Search Hannibal and Monty's show on Streamlabs, and whatever you say will pop up on the screen. We didn't put links in because we were busy fighting the shit. But, but I'm not gonna let this little shit stop us. We're gonna keep this shit going. But
we're gonna keep this shit go. Like when you keep the shit going, you know what you call that? We call that chipotleing. So we're gonna just let that shit keep going. We're gonna just roll with it.
Yes. But for now, we got over that, and I'm gonna say one thing. You guys in the live chat, answer whenever. We're gonna keep talking. Are you able to hear the other audio? Like when I played the little Eminem backwards mini-me's. Did you hear that, Hannibal?
No, I don't hear anything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna do what I do best, which is talk a lot.
Yes.
So,
all right. Well, look, I'm gonna. You know what I'm tempted to do? I had this whole show mapped out with a special order for things and everything, and I know why you didn't hear it because I can see why now, and I bet you'll hear it if I do something now. But I had this show mapped out, and I kind of want to let you just roll into What's Eating Hannibal, and we'll kick off the show with that. Because, look, now that I'm this frustrated, I know what Eating Hannibal is going to be, And we're gonna get to Eminem, people, but there's structure. We gotta get there. So
Baby steps.
Yeah, I already know what it is, but I just want to hear somebody else vent about their frustrations while I take a couple more sips of this whiskey.
I got you.
Let's see, and hopefully you guys hear this audio. So we're gonna cue your intro music and just fuck the list and plan that I came up with. And if you do hear it at some point, let me know. But
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
and we're relying on you guys in the chat room to tell us what you can and can't hear and can and can't see. Also, check out my cool ass comic book wall. I don't know if you guys can see that back there, right? It's a whole wall. It's a whole wall of just comic books. And then you see Monty's background with like Goofy in the background. It's Darth Vader. And in the corner, there's Optimus Prime. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is a perfect microcosm of his personality.
Oh, that's all me. That's how I roll.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So yeah, let's do this. Let's find out what's eating Hannibal.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Women drivers, people who talk during the movie,
customers
who cannot make up their mind while ordering food.
Okay. You gotta let me know when. Give me a thumbs up when it's time.
They shit on Miami. They shit on New Jersey.
New Yorkers, Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, well, that all fucking died. Roll with. What the fuck?
Okay. What just happened?
All right, hang on. It's all messed up. But you keep going. I'm sure they can hear you. I'll fix it while you do what's eating Hannibal.
Yeah, I'll do what's eating Hannibal. All right, so guys, this episode of so what's eating Hannibal this week. All right, so for those of you guys who know me, you know that in my side gig, to make money, I drive Lyft and Uber. Right. Well, I'm primarily a Lyft driver. Do I want to leave the meeting? Why would I want to leave the meeting? There we go. All right. You still got me? I'm good.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
got you.
So I drive Lyft and Uber. And today, before the show, I decided to go out and make a little bit of extra cash. And I ended up getting like the second ride I got was like this older lady that had to go to the hospital. Right. So I'm going to call her Big Beulah. Right. So Big Beulah, I go pick her up. She's in a wheelchair. She has a walker with her. So I put her walker in the front seat. I put her walker in the back seat. Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, you're good.
What just happened?
You're good. I just fixed the issue that I caused. I was trying to do it seamless. You're supposed to roll with that shit, Hannibal. You're supposed to be like,
oh, sorry, man. Okay, look. So let me tell you. So I pick up Big Beulah.
Yeah.
Take her to the hospital. Take her to a hospital visit, and she had to be there like something like 8:15 in the morning or something like that. And we got there literally right at 8:15. She asked me to go run in and tell them that she was there, so that way they wouldn't give away a spot. So I run in, do that, everything's good. She gets out the car, everything's good to go. And then she was like, "Oh, later on, I got to go to Marietta. Is there any way I can get you to be my driver?" And I was like, "Well, that's not the way it works. But if you want, I'll give you my number, and you can call me later if you need a ride." And then she was like, "Oh, no, don't worry about it. I already have your number." Now, I thought that was weird because you don't get your Lyft driver or your Uber driver's phone number. Like, whenever you contact your driver, it gives you like a Google Voice number that goes away right after the ride is over with. So you can only communicate with them through this private number for the time period that you guys are connected via the ride. After that, that number's gone and there's no way for you to get in contact with each other, right? So she was like, "Oh yeah, I got your number, don't worry about it." So I was like, "Yeah, you don't, but whatever." So I continue driving, and like 4 or 5 rides later, I get a phone call from Big Beulah, right? Yeah. I don't know how she pulled it off, but she found a way to call me through Lyft, and asked me if I could come pick her up. And I was like, yeah, okay, I know you need a ride. It's no big deal. So I go back to the hospital to go get her. And she's like, "Okay, well, I just need to go. Before I go home, I need to go to the grocery store. Can you take me to the grocery store real fast?" So I'm like, "Yeah, it's no big deal." So I take her to
let me ask you a question. How old is this lady again?
So she told me that she had a daughter that was in her late 40s.
Okay,
so,
continue.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Big Beulah, gets out she gets out the car, goes into the grocery store. And she's gone for like 90 minutes. Like she's gone she's gone so long. I talked to Monty for about 45 minutes. I talked to my partner E Green for about 45 minutes. And she still was just in the grocery store, right? So she comes out with like a mountain of shit. Like she comes out with she's on one of those little motorized little carts or whatever. And then she comes out and it's like she's got all this shit. Right, so she puts all this shit in the car, and I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Then she's like, oh, before I go home, I need to go to the liquor store real fast. So then I take her to the liquor store. Then we were at the liquor store for like 20 minutes. Then she's like, oh, before I go home, I need to go to this other place and this other place. And like every time we go somewhere, it's like these trips are just like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then when I eventually take her to this Kroger, and she's in this place, she's in the Kroger for so long that I can't tell you how long it was, but at a certain point, she called my phone and was like, oh, I forgot that you were my driver. And she said that she forgot I was her driver and thought that she had driven herself there. And she was like, oh, baby, why you didn't call me to tell me this? So she comes out with like 2 baskets full of stuff, plus her motorized cart is full of stuff. We put all this shit in my car, finally bring her home. The total ride, and then it's so much stuff, and it's like her granddaughter and like her we get to the house, her granddaughter and her granddaughter's boyfriend, like she's calling them to come help her get all the groceries out the car, and they're not answering the phone. So I go to knock on the door to let them know that we're outside, we need some help. And all I hear is fucking noises coming from inside the house.
What the fuck?
Right. So I start knocking on the door. She's got like 2 dogs and a cat. The dogs is barking. The cat's going crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? The dude comes up to the door with no shirt on and some sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? Just like, man, who the fuck? Oh, my bad. You my grandmother driver, huh? It's like, yeah, man, I got all this shit I need to get out the car. So I proceed to help them bring all of this shit in the house. And then she's still talking to me. Oh, thank you, baby, so much, this, and that. Boom. The total ride ended up being 4 hours and 49 minutes.
Fuck.
Like 4 hours and 49 minutes on one ride, right? So I ended up like altogether, I ended up getting like $45 from this ride. You know what I'm saying? and I get this $45, and then I proceed to head home. And as I'm heading home, I call Monty, and I'm frustrated. I'm like, yeah, man, this is gonna be with my What's Eating Hannibal today. This old lady that just ate up like 4 or 5 hours of my life today, right? And then she calls me again. I don't know how she's able to continue to call me, despite the fact that the ride is over. But she finds a way to call me, and she's like, oh, when the ride ended, they charged me $60. Normally that ride would only be $15. She's complaining about how expensive the ride was. She's complaining about how expensive the 5-hour ride was. Because she's like, oh, y'all supposed to charge me based on mileage, not on time. And she was seriously pissed off about this shit. Like, she was seriously upset that she had to pay $60 for this ride. Like, so first off, out of those $60, I only got like 40 of those dollars. All right. So, and with that, I still expect a tip for all the shit that I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing this shit with like her fucking walker, brought all her groceries in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like 4 hours and 49 minutes. And then she was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to call Lyft and talk to them about this because they charged me too much for this ride. This ride was only supposed to be $15. 15? What the fuck? So if you're going to use Lyft or Uber and you're going to hold your driver high, and at a certain point, I was like, you know what? I just want to get her out the car. I just don't even want to deal with this shit. I want to just end the ride and just go home. But I couldn't because a walker and like 75 bags of groceries was in my trunk. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Put the shit out on the street? So I was like, look, Big Beulah, which is not her real name, you know what I'm saying? Like you were awful today. You know, you ate up a large majority of my day. I didn't make as much money as I should have because I spent like a third of my day dealing with I was about to say your fat ass, but I stopped myself because I'm a good guy.
You know,
so
look, she also fucked with my day. So, like,
yeah, we were supposed to be doing all the test stuff today.
And I'm not the type of motherfucker that puts blame or places blame anywhere but on my shoulders. If my shit didn't work, it's my fault. But I put that shit on her because we planned on testing this shit all day today. So
yeah, like she fucked my day, and it was like and it's like when you look at it on paper, it's like, oh, I did 5 rides and made $75. That's a good day, right? But no, it was like 8 hours, and I made like $70. That's trash. That shit is awful.
And look,
like it just.
You know what that reminds me of? I told you when you said this is going to be your What's Eating Hannibal. All right, I got a sound clip I'm going to play for you. If you can hear it, you give me a thumbs up, or let me know after it's done. And if you can't hear it, I'll do a thumbs up when it's done. But it fucking reminds me of this. I told you I was getting a sound clip just for this. So here you go.
Yeah.
It should start playing. Please play. Nope, hang on. It's not going to play. I got to do it another way. But continue for a second. I'm going to play it because I
I mean, look, man, the shit was trash. Like, you know, like just like and when we had the first stop at the first place, and she was like, "Oh yeah, can you stop at this grocery store real fast?" It's like, yeah, it's no problem, because like customers will do that. They'll be like, "Oh, can I stop at this gas station? Can I stop at this? Can you bring me to McDonald's real fast?" And I'm the type of driver that's like, "Yeah, man, you know, at the end of the day, I got a car. You don't got a car. You need a ride." Fuck it. My customers tend to appreciate me, so I make about $100 in tips every week. You know, just from customers being appreciative. But like, she took that shit way too fucking far. And the audacity to do all this shit for her to forget that I was outside at Kroger. She was in Kroger so goddamn long. I went in Kroger and got something to eat. Okay. I swear to God, I went inside, got some food, fucking came back in the car, ate the shit, and waited for her for like another hour. I watched like 2 John Oliver episodes and like one whole battle rap video. If people that don't know nothing about battle rap videos, all battle rap videos is like 30 minutes minimum. This motherfucker was in that bitch for a long time.
Wow.
And they had the audacity to be like, "Oh, they overcharged me, babe. You need to call them. If they call you, you need to tell them that it was only a 10-mile ride." Bitch, I ain't telling them shit. All right? That's all money. And you owe me more money on top of that shit.
Yep. So wait, here it goes. Now it's gonna play. And if you can hear it, let me know. This is what that whole situation reminded me of, the brief bit you told me.
Yeah.
And it should start. I didn't double click fast enough.
Yeah. That shit's trash, man.
Did you ever do a favor for someone?
Yeah, Herman Clark, $10 an hour for the driver for the day. It's Jackson's trash.
Into a never-ending ordeal. It ruins the rest of your life. You know, you see someone with a flat tire, and you think, I'll be a good guy. I'll help the lady with her flat tire. But then when you pull over, the fucking lug nuts are all rusted on, and and the spare tire doesn't fit because it's an idiot spare. And she's got a baby in the back seat with the whooping cough, and it's raining out. Some abusive ex-husband that might show up at any second. Well, but she has a friend who lives around here somewhere, so you drive her around for 4 hours trying to find some friend's house that doesn't exist. Baby starts coughing up blood, so you have to take him to an emergency room, find out he's got lymphoma. Next thing you know, you're laying in a hospital bed donating bone marrow to keep this baby alive because you wanted to be a nice guy.
Yeah, so I don't know if you heard that.
I definitely didn't hear it, but as long as they heard it, that's all that matters.
I'm sure they did, but it's I don't know if you've ever seen Doug Stanhope. Sicko, one of his comedy specials, but he's talking about being a nice guy. Go back and listen to the show, you'll see it.
Yeah, shit's trash. Shit's super duper trash. Yeah. Shit's super trash.
That puts a damper on some shit I want to do, but continue.
Yeah, Big Beulah, no, she was What's Eating Hannibal today. And I had this whole rant that I was gonna do about music and songwriters and Eminem and just all this shit. And I was just like, nah, man, she really fucked my day up. So it just, I wasn't happy about it. And she was like, oh yeah, my son, my grandson, he plays piano too. He works. I said, oh really? He works for Beyonce? What did he do? Oh yeah, when she goes on concert, he works the concession stand. So first off, you don't work for Beyonce. That means you work for the place that she's performing at. That means you work for Mercedes-Benz. That means you work for Smoothie King. Yes. You don't work for Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? This shit was trash.
Yes.
This shit was trash. big old L for the day.
Yes.
Big old,
yes.
Or Atlanta Falcons is what I call L's nowadays. I don't say. Call me a big Falcon today. So, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Herman Clark in the chat says you should have called her over the loudspeaker.
Yeah, you know what? That would have been dope. It would have been go over there. Excuse me, Big Bueller, your Lyft ride is about to leave. Okay. And then the funny thing was, on the way spending the day with her, she had told me like her previous Lyft driver, she had went to the grocery store and bought like a box of tilapia, and then she was telling me how first off, I didn't know you could get tilapia in a box, so. That's a thing I didn't know nothing about. I don't know. Maybe y'all know about that, but I didn't know you could get boxes of fish. But anyway, she said she got tilapia, and then she forgot it in her previous Lyft driver's trunk.
Yeah.
She left it in her previous Lyft driver's trunk, and then when she tried to call the girl to get her food back, the girl was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be back in 30 minutes," and it never came back. Now I understand why that bitch didn't come back with your fish. Okay, because you probably held her ass hostage all goddamn day, and she was like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm keeping these fish." So I ain't mad. I'm not mad. I understand.
All right. Well, I don't know how this is gonna work since you won't be able to hear it, but I think we need to roll into the next little bit. But
yeah, let's do it. Important shit.
No, I'm saving the important shit. I'm saving the important shit. I got some important shit. But I'm going to wait till we get a little further into the conversation. But, like, before that, I've got this fucking glorious bit of audio that leads us into what the show is about.
Okay.
And, I'm going to play it. I am so fucking sorry you can't hear this, Hannibal. But all of you watching, you're welcome. And I'll let you know when it's done. But I'm hitting play right now, and then let's fucking get it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Dearly beloved,
Big tune.
we've come here today. We've gathered here today for mourning. For mourning, you see. For this church is in mourning. There was a time when hip-hop was something to be revered and to be respected. You had Tupac and NWA. You had Public Enemy. But what has happened? Somewhere, children, we've gone wrong. Somewhere we've gone wrong. When now we have Gucci Manes and Drake's is crying and Little Uzi and the Migos, those young ladies. What happened? What happened to hip-hop, children? What happened? There was a time when people used their platforms to say something. They used their words like bullets and guns. But now, children, we've lost it. We've lost something along the way. Oh, God. There was a time, sweet children, that you can turn on hip-hop and you can be enlightened. You can be what they call woke. Because we had something to say. Rakim had something to say. But now I've got to be bad and bougie. I've got to be in my feelings. And we call this hip-hop. What happened, children? What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, this church is in mourning. This church is in mourning. What happened to hip hop? Hip hop. You don't stop trying to bang. The up jumps the boogie. Oh, what happened? What happened, children? We've got to find our way home. We've got to find our way back. All is not lost. We can do it. I believe in the Kendrick Lamars, and I believe in the J. Coles. We can get back there, children, but we're lost right now. We're lost. We're lost trying to find our way home. Help us, children. Help us. This church is
all I'm getting is the load bar.
Oh.
No, it's everybody's.
Did we lose him?
No, it's everybody.
It's all of
I think so. Yeah, I think it's everybody.
Damn.
Yeah. Says the stream is offline.
Really? Wow, we're still streaming. I don't know what happened. Hang on. Let them know. I'm trying to reply too. Or I'm going to reply as me to not confuse them so that they know that that's you.
Oh, gotcha.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what's going on? Technical difficulties. I blame Beulah.
Yeah. Oh, I totally do. Because, you know, seriously, I could have fixed this shit early in the day.
Okay. All right. Emily and Live Action have sound.
All right. Did the other sound play? Did the sound from
video audio going in and out?
All right. Well, you know what? We're about to play the fuck the bells and whistles version of the shit show, where the shit show has become frustrating and is the fuck all the fancy shit show. We're about to talk about some shit. And you know what? All the fucking videos I edited, we'll start posting slowly as videos with shit that we've said in this spliced into those videos.
Yeah, and I have an idea on how we can salvage this.
This is salvageable. This is a damn good show. Like
yeah.
Even though it's shitty, we've been fucked all the way over by this. Like everything has gone wrong, and I don't know why. I can't understand why. And no, I'm not even making excuses. This shit's fucked up. We'll do better next week, but we're gonna keep this shit going.
Yeah.
Fuck excuses. So, anyway, Eminem, and I can't play any audio. We got all that audio made, but we're not even gonna go into it. Let's just talk some shit. So,
okay.
That's what the show's about. Video and audio is still going in and out, or is that an old message?
I think it's an old message. But you know, like you guys will let us know if everything's still fucked up. Just let us know it's fucked up, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, we're gonna pretend you're not there till we see you talking.
Yeah, so, as we see you guys talking, that's when we know how fucked up it is.
But anyway, my plan was, and I'm using that audio somewhere. What just played was a eulogy for hip hop, and it is one of the most beautiful things, one of the most beautiful pieces of audio I've ever heard, or I've heard in a long time. So, and I'm actually trying to fix the stream by pausing my version of it. So, but that was all leading into this whole Eminem kamikaze thing. My plan for the show was to start off with what the fuck does that even mean? All right, no, I'm sorry. My plan for the show was to start off with I had spliced together 3 different videos, all about the different phases of what led to Kamikaze, because we weren't going to be able to talk about everything Eminem. But I figure the best place to start is with Revival. So let's just fucking dig into the shit. What the fuck did you think about Revival? Like that whole situation with Revival.
All right. I enjoyed Revival. Like when I heard all of the negative feedback from the project, I was confused at so I want to be like totally honest, totally transparent. I mean, that's what I do. When I first heard Revival, I thought it was pretty good. Like I thought, like if you were to arrange all the Eminem albums, it would fall somewhere in the middle, like the top of the middle. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was great. I definitely didn't think it was bad. But I mean, you know, I wasn't like super, like there's songs on there that I like. I like the Ed Sheeran song. I like the Alicia Keys song. There's a couple other joints that I sort of remember. The joint with Fresher on it, I thought that was dope. And I remember thinking that I wasn't crazy about the Beyonce song as a single, but not the song by itself. And I felt like a lot of people were just hating on it because it was cool to hate on it. And then I started finding a lot of people were hating on the project that never actually heard the project, which that really kind of bothered me about the way Revival was the feedback that it was getting. But I listened to it like twice when it came out, and I remember thinking it was okay. Like I thought it was better than okay.
See, and I got a different take on it. Like I'm kind of with you. I thought it was better than okay, and I've only said this to you, so this is news for the little show show. This is news for the shit show. Sorry,
right?
We need a counter for every time one of us says little show.
Every time, yeah. Every time one of us says little show.
Yeah, this is news for the shit show. So I'll say it here. I do like. I'm not going into the whole how I listen to music, but I've got a formula for how I consume music.
Yeah, like Monty listens to everything. What is it? 7 times or 15 times?
Oh, 15 if you want to go all the way in.
Everything he listens to 15 times. And after the 15th time, it might make a playlist. Like he might hold on to some of the material and some of the stuff he doesn't. He's the most thorough fan of music that I've ever met in my life. Like Johnny Brasco listens to the most music of any person I've ever met, but nobody is more thorough when it comes to listening to music than Monty is.
Yeah, I'm behind. That new shit that came out this week, I'm going to get to it in about 2 months.
Right.
Because I'm still working on the stuff that came out 2 months ago.
Right.
So, but
have you ever thought about cutting it down from 15 plays?
No, because at that point, because the reason 15 works is because you hit a point with some songs where if you love them from the beginning, somewhere in that midpoint, like after you've heard it like 10 times or more on your own playlist, because you've heard it in the world also, and if you keep consistently skipping it, that shit's got to go. And my rule is, if I cannot stand having a song on my playlist last to 15 plays, I have a separate playlist called the Hall of Shame, which I consider those the shittiest songs I've ever heard, because I'm like, I just can't listen to this song anymore. I can't stand the thought of it popping up randomly in my playlist again. It's got to go.
I got you. So you create a playlist, but then it goes, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Stella says she can hear, but then it goes out. And then Emily says y'all have a delay or something. Then we mentioned that a while ago.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll stop paying attention. If we say it a lot, then go for it. I got to get you to hear the audio because you got to hear all the voicemails we have. But we might roll the voicemails in. I think I know what I'm going to do with the voicemails. If any of you watching have left a voicemail, your voicemail will play on the show. I've got an idea. I got an idea. Because Hannibal can't hear them, so I can't play them for him.
Yeah,
so, until next week.
I have an idea for a way that we could possibly Breakfast Club all this shit.
Okay.
And, you know, where we shoot it and then we edit it in pieces and then put the pieces online.
Okay.
And then people can still check out the show. And it'll still be us talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we can kind of get the presentation of the show together.
All right. Awesome.
All right. Daryl Flowers says he has sound now.
All right.
And then Emily says she heard a gospel clip and now it seems that we are frozen. It's going in and out.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I can't figure it out. I don't know. I have an idea for how to test it, but let's just keep going because we're gonna get something out of this. But anyway, like going along with what you said about Eminem, for me, when Revival came out, I kind of had the same thoughts as what he talked about on Kamikaze, but we'll get to Kamikaze in a bit. But the first thing we saw from it was that the first thing I saw was 2 Chainz posting a picture with him and Mr. Porter. Like him, Mr. Porter, and 2 Chainz. And that picture where 2 Chainz is like, I was just in the studio with Eminem, and I was like, fuck, I didn't know Eminem was even in the studio recording something. And I'm like, all right, this ought to be cool. I would have never expected 2 Chainz, but whatever. So I moved on, and then the track list came out, and everybody.
That was when I think a lot of people got pissed. Is when they saw the track list.
And that's the thing. I don't understand why they got pissed. Why? Like, why did you get pissed, or what were your concerns on the track list?
So I didn't think anything about the track. The only thing I thought about the track list was, 2 Chainz isn't on the project after all. That was the only thing I thought.
All right, so
about it.
We're on the same fucking page with that, because that's all I thought.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people, because I'll often go to some of the hip hop blog sites, and sometimes I'll read. I won't even read the story. I'll read the headline and then go straight to the comment section. And I saw that the headline was Eminem releases track list for Revival. Yeah. And then I went straight to the comment section, and it was just a bunch of people hating on the track list. They was just like, why has he got all these white people on there? Why has he got this person? And I'm like, nah, man, Fresh is on there. Alicia Keys is, part of Alicia Keys is black. Like, I don't understand why y'all would do it. Like the bottom half, I think. The top half is white. I was just, but they were super pissed about it, right? And I was confused about why they were pissed. Not confused. And I want to say this right now, for the tens of people watching.
Yes.
On the feed right now.
The tens. I told you we'd have tens of people watching.
That's what you did. You said that. So, in the 80s, I can remember a time in the 80s and the early 90s. I can remember a time when it wasn't cool to listen to, like, if you were black, it wasn't cool for you to listen to what was considered white people music or anything, any music content created by white people. So it was like, I can remember people hating Vanilla Ice.
I grew up in that shit. I grew up in that time, and I listened to all of it. I was the fucking rebel. I'm like, no, I'm listening to Cool Mo D with my brothers. Then I'm listening to Vanilla Ice. And then guess what? Fuck all of y'all. I just bought the Ren and Stimpy soundtrack, and it's hilarious, and I love it.
Shout out to Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was like the first adult cartoon that was on TV. Like, they put it on Nickelodeon where it for sure did not belong. But like, I can remember a time where it was like, matter of fact, I can remember Color Me Bad and people being like, they loved Color Me Bad until they saw Color Me Bad. And then it was like, fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
You know, so fast forward, that's the 80s, the 90s. You know, black people was on some weird shit then, you know, some very, you know, kind of tribal, stick to our own shit. Fast forward, people open-minded, receptive, listening to all types of shit. Eminem comes out, takes the world by storm, you know what I'm saying? And it just continuously gets better and better and better. And then you start to see other artists like, you know, John B. and, you know, Robert Thicke and Justin Timberlake and Black People Good were accepting. And then in the last couple years...
Wait, hang on. Slow down. I gotta back you up a little bit. Like, because I heard a name in there. I'm like, what black people are accepting Justin Timberlake? I do, and I get shit when people... When I tell people I like Justin Timberlake. I think Justin Timberlake's awesome.
Yeah.
Most black people I talk to are like, fuck Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, they're like, fuck Justin Timberlake now, like in 2018. But like 2014, they was like, they fucking loved him. You know what I'm saying? But, like before Man in the Woods, they loved him. And then it's just like now all of a sudden it's like, nah, we don't fuck with Justin Timberlake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Man of the Woods is the shit though. That I'm loving that shit.
So we're gonna definitely have to come back to that. I feel some type of way about that. But I will say this.
We gotta get into that.
My favorite song on Revival is the Alicia Keys song. My favorite song on Man in the Woods is the Alicia Keys song. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
All right,
so,
that's pointing us in a direction. All right.
Yeah, there's something there. There's content there for us to talk about.
All right.
But I noticed that now we're kind of back around in that same thing where it's like you seeing like black people not wanting to be fans of, like, they don't want to like G-Eazy. They don't want to like Justin Timberlake. They don't want to like, and it's weird because if you ask them about racism or separation or anything like that, they'll be like very like, oh no, that's not true. That's not what it is. But then when you ask them about certain content, it'll be like, oh, I don't like that shit. I don't fuck with that. I've never heard that. And I'm like, why not? Like, I know black people that don't listen to Logic because they think Logic's white.
Yeah.
Not because they don't like his music. It's like when they see him, they instantly be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is so it's interesting to me that we're kind of socially kind of coming back around to that.
And my thing with Logic, like, you brought Logic up, and I didn't even think Logic would come up in this conversation. Like, if I love Logic and I hate him at the same time, but it's like there's like two Logics. There's the Logic that'll just fucking get on a mic and tear that shit up and even go into some deep shit and have some fun at the same time. Then there's the I'm biracial Logic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, nah, dude, come on. Like, his verse on Caterpillar. Fucking garbage. I hate that verse.
Really? You hated that verse?
I hate that verse.
I like that verse.
I hate that verse because and even Royce, when he was talking about it, he's like, oh, you got to hear what he did. It was like, no, I heard what he did. Fuck that verse. I get it. You're biracial. And I'm all for somebody standing up and talking about what their issues are.
Mm-hmm.
But that just felt forced to me. Like, it felt really forced.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel real.
Well, look, one fight at a time. We could definitely come back to Logic. I was just trying to say, I thought it was interesting because I've been noticing this trend for a while with black people, and I thought it was weird I thought it was weird the entire time. You know what I'm saying? You know, and as from a producer standpoint, I wonder, like, there's a producer right now, like, he's probably the hottest producer in the urban music world. His name is Murder on the Beat, and he produced a lot of hit records for people like 2 Chainz, Migos, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I wonder how black people would react if they knew that he was white. You know what I mean? Like, would they be like, all of a sudden listen to his music with a different set of ears? You know what I'm saying? That's an experiment that we might have to do a whole episode just based on that, and then kind of see how people react to that shit.
We might have to combine that with the St. Ides Alizé idea we had earlier.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do a show. We talked about it today. We're gonna do a show where we talk about hip hop music and brand marketing, like how all these rappers do like support these brands. Like once upon a time, Alizé was like a popular drink that was super expensive. Like, you know, Jagged Edge did Where the Bacardi at, and then it was just like, and then all of a sudden the price of Bacardi went from like $7 a bottle, like $30 a bottle. Like, it's fucking rum. Why is it so expensive?
Yeah.
I mean, and not saying that there's no expensive rum, but let's be real here. Like, Bacardi is well, okay? And she was bottom shelf, you know, rum. You know what I'm saying? Also, I think I just cost us a Bacardi sponsorship.
Oh, yeah, because people are lining up to sponsor this.
You know what I'm saying?
Give it time. Give it time. Look, if you're watching and you can sponsor this, give it time. This is on its way to being awesome. Still going to be a shit show. It's always going to be a shit show. It's in the name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. It's in the name.
Nice. Okay, I see what you did. Okay, yeah. My finger's too close to the screen.
Yeah, there you go. There you
go. So anyway, I went straight to the comment section of a lot of the hip hop sites when he released his track list, and I saw a lot of people hating on the track list because I guess they felt like it was too pop, or it was like, where's all the black people at? You know what I'm saying? And which I thought was a weird thing to think because he's Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with him featuring like Skylar Grey on a record? You know what I'm saying? Why is that a thing? That, like, if you go back through Eminem's projects, it wasn't like, oh, he's got Nas and Jay-Z and Outkast. Like, that's never been his MO. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why today we would measure him by a different standard.
That's where I was with it. I was like, why is all of a sudden, because I heard somebody saying, why didn't he have like Run the Jewels on here? Why the fuck would Eminem have Run the Jewels on there?
Better question is, why would anybody have her? And that's not a knock, because I love Killer Mike. Killer Mike is a great guy. He's actually one of the few people who's seen my face.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, that's a whole, Killer Mike. I fuck with Killer Mike. You know what I'm saying? Right. And whenever he sees me, he always tells people around him what a great producer I am. You know what I'm saying? Which is always super. I ran into him on New Year's a couple years ago, and he was like, "Man, this dude Hannibal, this dude is an amazing producer." And I was like, "Wow, that's awesome, Killer Mike." You remember a couple years ago when he changed his name from Killer Mike to Mike Bigger? And then he changed it. Yeah, he was like, because he felt like, you know, his name being Killer Mike was costing him like sponsors and stuff. So he changed it to Mike Bigger. Didn't nobody know who he was, so he changed it back.
I always wanted him to team up with Bernie Sanders a little more. Maybe they could have been running mates, like Sanders and Killer Mike.
Oh yeah. Then you could do like something like Feel the Killer Burn, like you know what I'm saying, or something like that. It'd be pretty cool. Like, I definitely like the idea. Like, I would vote for Killer Mike, you know, in like a side position. You know what I'm saying? If anybody is watching the video being like, Killer Mike shouldn't run for president because he's not a politician, like, I mean, really? We already got a politician in office. Then you know what? Let me stop there for all of the fucking Trump trolls come out of the woodwork and start shitting on our video. You know, we got something for them later, but you know. One fight at a time, people. We got to get through the technical difficulties.
Next week, we'll have a good show when we're talking about this shit. Especially
next week we're going to do the Sunken Place, where we talk about, and
we're actually going to have a guest on that one, which I'm kind of concerned about because we're going to fix this shit.
One fight at a time. One fight at a time.
Yeah. So, but we're still on track list. Like, I didn't understand the reaction. I didn't know what they wanted to see. And, like, based on that, then Walk on Water comes out. Walk on Water was not a traditional Eminem song at all. Like, that's not the first single Eminem releases at all. Like, and in the little clip I had put together, it has Joe Budden talking about before he flipped out. He's like, this is exactly what you'd expect Eminem to do. Major pop feature, melancholy. And I'm like, no, that's not what you'd expect Eminem to do.
Right.
We all know Eminem releases the crazy what the fuck is this song first?
Yeah.
That everybody wants to hear and laugh at.
Yeah, my name is the real Slim Shady.
Yeah.
You know, so shit like that.
We made you.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not what it is. So he sort of flipped the script, and that might have been why people didn't like Revival. But, and like, I just realized I totally missed what I was going for before, because we started talking about my 15 plays. The reason for that is because I heard you where you rate Revival. After 15 plays of Revival, like after it actually came out, I would put Revival actually falls as my second favorite Eminem album.
Yeah, and I want to tell people about this thing that you did, because I thought it was brilliant, and it's something that we definitely need to do on the show. Once, you know, when we get all this shit running smooth, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
But Monty did this thing a couple months ago, where he took every Eminem album that came out, right? And he listened to every song that Eminem put out. And then he organized them from best to worst, right? And like, you know, rated them, put them in order, best to worst. And when he finished it, when he made the list from best to worst, you know, Revival ended up sitting way high up on the list.
Yeah.
And I, first off, that's just that's a level of commitment and awesomeness. And I want to do that, you know, one day. But we got to do that with artists with less projects. Like we got to do it with like Nicki Minaj or something.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing this for the video later. Because Skill, whoever that is, just oh, that is. She just called me out on Man of the Woods. Man of the Woods. I like that shit. But yeah,
so weird, man. That's just Justin Timberlake fans don't like that album.
I don't listen to what other people say about it. I go with what my ears like. My ears enjoy the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's true. You've always kind of marched to the beat of your own drum.
I'm unapologetic about what I like. If I like the shit, I like the shit. And I
think when people call you out on it makes you reinforce your position.
No, really? No. I'm not saying Man in the Woods is the greatest Justin Timberlake album. The first half of 2020 Experience.
Okay.
Is the best Justin Timberlake's ever done.
All right. Okay. I think we all can agree. I'm pretty sure Daryl Ace Wonder is going to agree to that as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm right there with you. Yeah. I think the first half. The first disc one of the 2020 Experience.
Second half is good too, but nowhere near that first half.
But disc one is like, Blue Ocean Floor.
Yeah.
And
Spaceship Coupe. Fuck.
Yeah. He has some joints on it. I'm actually a big fan of what is it, Mirror?
Mirrors is awesome.
Yeah, I like Mirrors. I like when it does the change up at the end of the beat. And like when it goes to that place and sits there. I love the intro to the album, Love Experience.
Yeah.
It's some good shit. Can y'all still hear us over there? If you can hear us and you on the forum, put something on the screen. Give us like a thumbs up or like a heart emoji or something.
Yeah.
Or
it'll be a while because there's a delay and we're dropping. Like I don't know what's going on. We'll keep this shit going. We're gonna have something to show for it. But
shout out to everybody that's still there. You know, Shayla, Live Action, Ace Wonder, Emily, Herman. If you're still there, I see you. If you go on, it's all right, man. I appreciate you hanging.
Yeah.
I appreciate you just hanging out as long as you did.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, I have no clue what happened to the stream. I'm sorry to everybody. I have absolutely no clue what happened.
It's all beautiful, man.
It's the exact same setup I had before. The exact same setup. So, you know, we'll see. We'll get it right. It'll come together. Yeah. So, but anyway, like moving on from that, we got 30 minutes to go. We gotta start getting, or no, a little over 30 minutes. But anyway, Revival, I fucking loved. Like, I really did. After the 15 plays, I was surprised where it fell. I'm about to go back. I'm about to go back and re-listen and re-rate just to make sure. I'm gonna do a blind re-rate the songs and see how they compare to what I did before.
Yeah, because I want to say something, and this is going to actually be a great segue. If I'm jumping the gun now, then let me know.
No.
Okay, but after Revival came out,
yeah,
okay, and I can attest to this 100%. So if anybody says otherwise, I'm going to tell you guys ahead of time. After Revival came out, and all of the critics were talking negatively about the project, Monty and I were on the phone, and he said Eminem is going to put another album out very soon.
Yep.
Like, he said then that Eminem was going to see all of this criticism and was going to put out another album very soon.
Yep.
And then a couple months later,
I also told you it was going to be a surprise.
Yeah, you did. You said it was going to be a surprise project, and not. I don't even know if it was 2 months later. Kamikaze came.
Yep.
So let me say right now for Kamikaze, if I did a list right now of my 10 favorite rap albums of the year, it is for sure on that list.
Yeah,
it is for sure on that list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And before the year ends, we need to do like our year-end review. You know what I'm saying? Where we kind of just go through and talk about music, comic books, toys, video games, movies, all kinds of shit. But like, I've been kind of thinking about what like my 10 favorite albums of the rap albums are of the year. Because this year I've listened to way more rap music than anything else. I mean, it's my favorite genre of music. So, you know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Kamikaze is up there. And as soon as it comes on and you hear The Fall, and he's just, I mean, not The Fall, what is it, The Ringer?
Ringer, yeah.
Ringer, yeah. As soon as it comes on, it's like an 8-minute bar fest of Eminem really just airing shit out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted angry, pissed off Eminem kind of just being like, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you, fuck you.
And
that's what I got from Eminem.
The first line of The Ringer just sets the pace of it, like just the tone of the song, and then let me explain just how to make greatness. Then he goes in on how nobody's great but him. Like, that's the attitude I like to hear from a rapper.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like for me, Greatest is the song that fucking gets me going from it. And I think you told me what do you think about that one? Like
Greatest is okay for me. Like I like it's not the song, like there's like 5 songs on that project that I love. Like when I hear them, I have to listen to. So when I'm listening to a project, if I hear a song that I really, really like, I'll get stuck on that song, and then it'll kind of slow up me listening to the album. Yeah. And Eminem has so many of those joints on Kamikaze for me. Yeah. Like that was, like I said, The Ringer was like that. You know, Not Alike was like that. The Fall was like that. The Venom was like that. Like I was like, bro, it was like I would listen to the shit and I'd be like, hold up, what? And I had to listen to it again. And
all
again
right, see, I want to talk about Venom and I want to mention Stepping Stone because I remember you saying that you didn't feel Stepping Stone that much.
Well, yeah, and I didn't like so I thought it was a good idea for a song, but it was just, I guess there was so much jam packed into that project. It's like when I revisited it, I was like, oh yeah, this song is dope.
Yeah,
I mean, I like the project. You know, I'm a fan of the project. I mean, you know, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's but like Venom was one of those songs that I hated. At first, I don't want to say hate. That's a strong word. I was like,
I tried to show that I was surprised, but I'm wearing a mask, so I have to do it with head movements. Like,
no, it was. I didn't hate. That's a strong word. I didn't like the hook on Venom. I didn't like that Venom.
Yeah. I don't like the hook either. And I've never been a fan of Eminem doing those sing-songy, I'm not afraid ass hooks, but I know that there's people out there that love Eminem doing those hooks. I thought the same thing on with that No Love song with him and Eminem.
Yeah. Him and Lil Wayne.
I don't like Eminem doing that. I'm like, at worst, just write the hook and let somebody else do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, like, that was the only thing I didn't like, but that also has actually grown on me. And,
yeah.
And look, I want to say this on the stream because I said it to you on the phone. My biggest problem with that song is the last line of the song where he says, Eddie Brock is you and I'm the suit, so call me Venom.
Right.
Eminem has established himself as a comic book nerd, so I hold him to a higher standard when he's talking about comic books. That line should have been, Eddie Brock is you and I'm the suit, so we are Venom. Eminem fucked up lyrically. That's where he made a mistake.
That's how big of an issue that is.
Oh, that's a huge issue for me. Because you know how fucking pumped that would have got me after hearing that song, We Are Venom?
Look how close my fingers are together. That's how big of an issue it is.
Come on. Come the fuck on. Am I the...
I got you. We look, listen. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff to talk about right now. So the album comes out, and
yes,
Eminem takes shots at there. He mentions a bunch of people on the project. Some people he mentions positively, like Joyner Lucas, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. There's people that he references their impact on the culture, like the Migos and Drake. And then there were people that he did not refer to positively, like Lil Yachty, Joe Budden,
Lil Yachty,
Lord Jamar.
Keep going.
Tyler the Creator, Earl Hooded Sweatshirt, and Machine Gun Kelly. Yes. Now, if you'd have told me when he put that project out that the person that was going to respond was going to be Machine Gun Kelly, like if I was a betting man and you was like, hey, you can put all your chips, like it's roulette, and you can put all your chips on one of these, which one would you? I would have never put my chips on Machine Gun Kelly. No. I would have never put my chips on Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty's not going.
Yeah, Lil Yachty. But Lil Yachty wasn't even a diss. Like, he even says it on that. Yeah, it's like not even dissing. He ain't just it just ain't for me. So
he can say it's not a diss, but I felt like it was in the vicinity of a diss.
But is it, if you've actually looked at Lil Yachty doing anything, that motherfucker doesn't give a fuck about you saying that. And we're talking about Eminem, somebody that knows how to actually take a jab at somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him taking a jab that's not really a jab that he knows isn't going to affect him. I've seen 2 interviews with Lil Yachty. I know saying that won't bother him. Like, if I take a jab, I want to hurt you.
Yeah. I always reference this one Lil Yachty interview I saw. I saw him on the Breakfast Club one time. And Charlemagne was asking him, he was like, yeah, man, so a lot of times when they make lists of like the worst rappers of all time, your name continuously pops up on that list.
Yeah, where he said
does that bother you that they put you on that list? And he was like, sometimes. like he was real just
shit.
It was,
you do an amazing Lil Yachty.
Yeah, and I was like, and I remember laughing and simultaneously feeling sorry for him after that. You know what I'm saying? Not that I need to feel sorry for him. The dude's a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's doing fine. You know what I'm saying? But like it was just, but anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
We're talking about, Joe Budden's non-response and Machine Gun Kelly's response.
Yes.
Now, to lead into Machine Gun Kelly, you went to Fall Out Boy concert last night.
Yes, I went to the Fall Out Boy concert last night.
And who was the opening act for the Fall Out Boy concert?
Oh, it's a band called State Champs.
Okay.
That was the first opening act.
And then
The second was Machine Gun Kelly.
There we go. So, and before we get into the whole Machine Gun Kelly diatribe, what was Machine Gun Kelly like? What were your thoughts after seeing Machine Gun Kelly live?
As I told you on the phone, and you stopped me because you're like, we got to talk about this on the show. It was interesting. Like, that's how I felt when I left. I was like, that was interesting. Because it all kind of ties in to this whole Eminem thing. And I will say this before I go too much further with it all. Like, I forgot. Oh, he didn't. One song he did not perform was Rap Devil.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
Yes, that was very telling to me. But I say it was interesting because I'm like, oh, I get who this guy is. Like, I think I understand it. And one part of it is he's an actor. He's an actor playing the role of this tough ass rapper. Tough rapper who also thinks he's a rock star. That's a really complicated role to play. My plan today was to try and sit down and watch some of the movies he's in to see if he's actually a good actor. I don't know. But seeing him on stage, and he did a lot of fucking soft ass pop songs and shit that I actually enjoy listening to. Like, I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I enjoy listening to that style of music. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm down. But not coming from him with the direction he took his character. Because I really think the overall persona of Machine Gun Kelly is a totally made up character. And that's what I was starting to get. He's a made up character that's just good enough to, if he's playing a musician on TV, he can sing the songs. And you carry that out to the real world, you can gather around enough people to find the right formula to get yourself some radio play, because you've also met some of the right people. So that's what I was getting. But while his show's going on, I'm like, oh, I get who this is. So I sit back and I'm like, let me enjoy it for who it is. And it was enjoyable for who it is. And if the show had stopped at Machine Gun Kelly with State Champs opening for Machine Gun Kelly, I would have left saying Machine Gun Kelly was a good show. But then Fall Out Boy came on. And they were the kill shot performance to Machine Gun Kelly's Rap Devil performance.
That's funny. That's fucking funny as hell.
Because I sat back and I'm like, I'm watching, and look, I'm going to sidetrack a little bit. Pull me back when I go too far. But they start their set, and they do what seems like a full set of just a standard 4-piece rock band, just fucking rocking out and sounding awesome. Even that was better than Machine Gun Kelly's rock show, because Machine Gun Kelly put on a rock show. Even that was better. I was like, oh shit, that's how you're supposed to sound doing this. All right, so what the fuck was that? I didn't have time to think of it because I was enjoying the show. All the lights go out, and then you think it's over. Like, that's how much of a good show they gave. Just the four of them standing on a stage, rocking out, interacting with the audience a little every once in a while. Then they start bringing in, look, you got the singer and the guitarist floating on a floating fucking stage. The drummer's gonna do a fucking drum breakdown to Humble from Kendrick Lamar. Like, what the fuck am I watching? They fucking turn that shit up to 30,000 and rock the shit out of it. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, who the fuck is Machine Gun Kelly? And that's why it was interesting, because he did the same thing when you look at his interaction with Eminem. It was, Eminem mentioned him, And then he's like, he pops his champagne because he's like, this is where I say I get who he is. The actor's like, oh, now the Machine Gun Kelly character has something to do. Let's get some shit together. He puts out Rap Devil. Rap Devil was good. Rap Devil was as good as the performance he gave that night, which was a good, solid fucking performance. Not as good as what he responded to, which nobody would acknowledge. And not as good as the response that came to it.
Right.
Machine Gun Kelly is a perfectly mediocre musician. He is the GOAT of mediocrity.
And see, I always thought that was like Tiger from.
No, no, that's Machine Gun Kelly, and all these people keep saying he sucks, and I agree with you because I slipped up and told you Binge was trash on the phone. I take all of that back anytime I said that because I re-listen to Binge too. Binge is not trash. It is one of the most mediocre albums I've heard, but it's good enough that you can keep it on and not go, man, turn this off. It's that good. It can stay on, and you're going to nod to it a couple times. Or a bunch of times. I'm going to be fair. I don't want to downplay it. It's going to make you move. It's not great, and it's not terrible. It is right in that okay space. That's he's the GOAT of mediocrity. He belongs in that conversation. That's what I think.
I got you. Okay.
That's what I learned from the Fall Out Boy show last night. And that Fall Out Boy fucking rocks a fucking arena. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I've seen Fall Out Boy live twice, and every time I've seen them, they put on. The last time I saw him, it was Fall Out Boy and Wiz Khalifa together.
Wow. All right.
And it was weird until I forgot like how many pop songs Wiz Khalifa has.
Yeah.
So I forget that he's got like a lot of white fans. You know what I'm saying? So the show actually made a lot of sense. Yeah, it caught me off guard. I was looking for a note. I'm trying to see if I can find it. But I'll come back to it in a second. So for people that don't know, I mean, I know you guys know I know you guys know. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. I know you guys know that Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly had this beef, but like I think there's a little bit of confusion with some people about how the beef started. So I had a 45-minute argument with the customer one night. I was driving a customer around. It was this young kid, and it was right after Rap Devil came out, but before Kill Shot came out. And this kid was telling me how Machine Gun Kelly had destroyed Eminem. And I was like, yeah, man, like Rap Devil isn't better than Not Alike. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, so you can't go second and not be better than the thing that came before it. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yeah, man, he thought it was lame as, like his exact words was, it was lame as fuck for Eminem to be dissing somebody over a 6-year-old tweet.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I was like, well, first off, at the time the tweet was made, Eminem's daughter was a child. Like she was like 13 years old, 12, 13, something like that. So I'm like, so if a father can't get angry about that, what can he get angry about? Then he was like, oh, well, if Eminem had a problem with it, he should have addressed it when it happened. He shouldn't have addressed it like years later. That's some fuck shit. And so, and I took some time to educate him on how this shit happens. So I want to just real quick. So,
yeah,
so years ago, Machine Gun Kelly saw a picture. Like, there was a picture of Eminem's daughter floating around online. She was like 13, 14 years old, something like that. And Machine Gun Kelly tweeted, he's like, holy shit, she's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Eminem and his team eventually found out about it, and they reached out to his camp reached out to Machine Gun Kelly's camp asked him to take the tweet down, and they asked him to apologize. Machine Gun Kelly took the tweet down, was like, yeah, I'm not going to apologize. And after that, Machine Gun Kelly's career was, as he put it, became more difficult. And because him and Eminem are both signed to Interscope, his thought process is that Eminem was blocking him from getting money. You know what I'm saying? Blocking him from opportunities and stuff like that. So, you know, and I said that for a reason. Earlier this year, right, like in March, right, Tech Nine, the phenomenal MC from Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas. Yep. Matter of fact, shout out to Tech Nine, because he is one of the most underrated and one of the most talented. Like, as far as rappers having the ability to rap, there are not a lot of rappers that are out rapping Tech Nine.
Tech Nine is the fucking shit.
Yeah, Tech Nine is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Tech Nine had a song featuring Machine Gun Kelly earlier this year, like around March, and Machine Gun Kelly.
It's called No Reason. Look it up.
Yeah, the song is called No Reason, and Machine Gun Kelly used that song as an opportunity to diss Eminem.
Yep.
So when Eminem put out the Kamikaze album, he dedicated one whole song to just responding to Machine Gun Kelly.
But wait,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me back you up a little bit. There's another layer that you forgot.
Okay.
Before that song came out, he went on, I forgot what radio show, and I had a fucking video with all this clip together, but I can't show it because the stream gets worse. But he did a freestyle. I forgot what show it was, but his verse was, "I'm my favorite rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then right after that, he gets on No Reason. And if you watch the Sway interview with Eminem, he gets on No Reason, and the line he says on that song is, I'm gonna let y'all know that you just rap, you're not gods. And like, I don't really care who got bars because they don't respect mine or acknowledge mine. I forgot how it went. But like Eminem was saying in the Sway interview that he wasn't sure if that was a diss until it hit Twitter. And then he tweeted, "You just rap, you're not gods." Or "You just rap, you're not God." Had to get some shit off my chest. So Tech Nine didn't even know it was a diss on his album, on his song, until after.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which,
yeah, that is.
That makes the response make more sense. So continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You're good. I'm glad you gave the extra piece of information. So Eminem releases, he disses, he puts out the Kamikaze album, dedicates a whole song with Royce da 5'9". Shout out to Royce da 5'9". His album, The Book of Ryan, is actually my favorite rap album of the year. And I haven't heard an album yet that I like more than Book of Ryan.
Damn. Nice.
Yeah, I really like that album. And I've listened to it about 5 times. Which is 10 less than you would listen to it, right? But Eminem dissed Machine Gun Kelly. He responds to Machine Gun Kelly's Tech Nine diss on Kamikaze. And Machine Gun Kelly responded by putting out Rap Devil, and he recorded he got a beat, recorded the song, and shot a video for it, and then put that shit out, and it had the internet going crazy. Now, Eminem fans were very quick to be like, fuck that guy, he lost, he's trash, how dare he decide to go at the GOAT. There were a lot of anti-Eminem fans that were very pro-Machine Gun Kelly, and there were a lot of casual passerbys that really enjoyed Machine Gun Kelly's response and waited patiently for Eminem to respond. Machine Gun Kelly goes on his press tour. He goes on the Breakfast Club, which, there's a lot of politics involved here because the Breakfast Club, gets promoted and distributed on Revolt TV, which is owned by Puffy, and Puffy is Machine Gun Kelly's record label, CEO, CEO of his record label, and then Eminem ended up doing his interviews with Sway in the morning, with Sway you know, on Shade 45, and obviously Shade 45, Eminem's radio station.
Yeah.
So they both did they were both doing their press junkets. Then Eminem responded with Kill Shot, and then that was it. And then after Kill Shot came out, the world unilaterally, you know, the vast majority of people felt like Eminem won the battle, that won the beef, and that was it.
Look,
but I did come across 4 types of people that felt like Eminem lost. You know what I'm saying? And those people, I want to speak on those people in a second. I can come back to it in a second. But there were like 4 types of people that felt like he lost. But for the most part, most people felt like Eminem won the battle. Machine Gun Kelly said he had no intention of responding. He thought that Eminem's response was weak. He responded by putting out his Binge album, which was not very well received. And you know, and that's the beef. But you know, and just to like super fast recap, you know, Machine Gun Kelly years ago tweets about Eminem's daughter being hot. Eminem asks him not to say that and apologize. Machine Gun Kelly refuses. It feels like his career opportunities are getting blocked from Eminem. So then this year, this March, he used the his Tech 9 song to diss. He used Tech 9 song to subliminally diss Eminem.
And
to
that's
his
the
Eminem
key part.
Yeah, and Eminem publicly responded by like, "Man, fuck you, I'm better than you," and for all these different reasons.
Yeah.
Machine Gun. And then the thing about the Machine Gun Kelly shit that super duper bothered me is I would see these interviews with Machine Gun Kelly misrepresenting the truth about the situation. Like he would always try to make it seem like oh, he's an old dude trying to take money out of a young dude's mouth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to make it this young versus old fight that it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And then he tried to be like, man, how you gonna be mad at me for a tweet that I made like years ago? It's like, no, he's mad at you for this verse that you did a couple weeks ago, not like the shit that you tweeted years ago. He responded to the tweet. He responded about the tweet in his diss, but he responded to all of that shit because of something you just did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I have a huge pet peeve with people that misrepresent the truth to subvert the truth so that they can reframe the narrative. I call it Fox News and shit.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, he's Fox News in it. He keeps accusing him of doing what he's doing.
Yeah. And I hate that shit with a passion.
But you can, and then he still behaves like the guy that lost, because if he was cocky enough to, and I guarantee you, even though Eminem won this shit, whatever live show he's doing, he's not performing Kill Shot.
Right. Yeah, and from what I understand, he performed Kill Shot a few places, and every time he would perform, he would get like some wild. I mean, not Eminem. Machine Kelly would perform.
Yeah, you mean Rap Devil? Yeah.
Yeah, and then as he would perform, crowds was going crazy. He actually got in a fight here in Atlanta. I think he performed somewhere, and some Eminem fans approached him, and it ended up being a fight. Yeah. Which Eminem fans is, or stands.
Yeah. He got punched in the dick by some dude at one of his shows.
That's just a weird thing to do to somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, I'm gonna punch you in the dick. Without knowing who did it, I can almost guarantee you it was a white guy that did that.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I had and I clipped it out too. I got a clip of Charlemagne screaming, "Guess what race it is?"
Yeah.
But nobody can hear my clips. I have that soundboard file.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, like the more I watch, the content between Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem, the more it was just overwhelmingly obvious that Eminem won this battle very decisively. And I'm always surprised whenever I talk to somebody who's like, Eminem didn't win the battle. And I'm like, really?
What reasons do they give you?
Okay, so like I said before, there are 4 types of people that say Eminem lost the battle. The first type of person that says he lost the battle are woke black people that don't want, they say Eminem lost the battle because they hate the idea of Eminem being a part of the greatest of all time discussion. You know what I'm saying? So they rather give it to Machine Gun Kelly, who's not a part of that discussion. You know what I'm saying? Then give it to Eminem. So it's not like they're almost like, yeah, I want to go against Eminem because I'm tired of people saying that he's so great. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very specific niche of people. It's not all woke black people. It's a very just specific tiny margin of black people who you know, reference themselves as being woke. You know what I'm saying? And then be like, oh yeah, I'm anti-Eminem. So that's the first thing. The second group of people are like very young kids who have been told their whole lives that Eminem is one of the greatest of all time. And that if you don't get him, it's just because you're young and stupid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when they try to listen to Eminem, they listen to whatever the most recent Eminem is, which would be Marshall Mathers 2 or Revival, right? And if the first time you were exposed to Eminem, that's what you heard, the first thing you're gonna think is, why the fuck y'all saying he's so great? He ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? So Machine Gun Kelly is a little bit easier to digest. This song is a lot more familiar feeling to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the second group of people. The third group of people are people who are holding Eminem to Eminem's standard of the past. Yes. So they're measuring the current Eminem to the old Eminem. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, this isn't as good as the Lose Yourself Eminem or Dead Wrong Eminem or The Way I Am Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not as good now as you were then, therefore you lost the battle. Yeah. So they're not saying that Eminem lost to Machine Gun Kelly so much as new Eminem isn't as good to them as the old Eminem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's a third group of people who I would notice was saying that he lost the battle. And then there's a fourth group. I can't think of who it is right now, but there's like one other set of people that would be like, oh yeah, Eminem lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, it's just like if you listen to the two songs, I don't even understand how anybody listened to that shit and felt like Eminem lost. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's no way. Like, when you break it down, like line for line and bar for bar, there's no way you can say Machine Gun Kelly won. If you can, explain, because I don't see it. I don't see it. It's impossible.
Also, I'd like to point out that Suge, aka Emperor Atheist, is just joined the forum. He's in the feed.
I see him down there.
I know he is very anti Eminem. So I actually wish we had him on the show now so he could give us his opinion on it, because I know he would, you know, first off, he always gives you 100% honesty.
Oh, I
no
know.
matter what.
I fucking love Emperor Atheist.
Yeah, and even though he and I absolutely disagree on this particular issue, I know he would have like a lot of, you know, not great things to say about Eminem.
Well, I actually have some ideas using what we have of this show. So anybody watching or that pops in to watch in the future, watch this live stream, subscribe to our channel, like everything we're doing, because I want to chop up a lot of this and record some responses to all the fucking videos that I sat down and edited for weeks leading up to this, trying to learn how to set this shit up. You're watching that shit and we're going to talk about it. So we're going to make some other videos and use these clips in them. So, but I have ideas. We might need to get him on to talk about this Machine Gun Kelly binge thing. Maybe not necessarily on a live show, but a cut together show. You know, we'll make sure we all approve of it and frame us all in a fair way.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So it was just I was
just said right there. M is no goat. Point blank. Rap Devil is hard. See, I want to. Yeah, there you go. I want to dig into that shit. All right, Emperor Atheist. I will challenge you like G-Man style to debate me on that. Although I'm smarter than that motherfucker, so it'll be an actual debate. But M is no goat. I accept. I don't agree with. I accept that's your opinion. Rap Devil was hard, I accept. That means nothing. Give me facts. Come on, Emperor Atheist.
See, that's why I said we'd have to have him on the show,
yes,
so he could, you know. I don't want to respond to him via the comment section.
Yeah,
I want for him to be able to say what he needs to say,
Me
and just
too.
like look, look. If you tell me something that like I'm always willing to change my mind in the presence of fact. I'm always willing to change my mind in the presence of new information.
Same
you know what
here.
I'm saying? But,
Same here.
you know, but like. I didn't hear nothing that Machine Gun Kelly did that made me feel like he won that fight.
No.
That shit was like that. Matter of fact, the Machine Gun Kelly Eminem beef was the equivalent of this recent Conor McGregor fight versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. You know, and like not the fight that happened afterwards, but the fight that actually happened in the ring. Yeah. That fight was just Khabib whipping Connor's ass.
I didn't see it. Wait, which one is Connor? That was is that the dude with the beard and the like bearded dude with
all the tattoos? He's Irish. You know, the guy who fight Floyd Mayweather.